everybody, I'm back from the Allentown First Frost Meet 2025. Here to show off my train show haul for this video. But before I do, I would like to thank everybody who came up to me and said hello. They love my videos. Love chatting with you guys. Some people were shying away while I was filming. And that's cool, but just remember, if you want to say something, come on by. I always play music, so you won't actually ruin the video shot. But yeah, I always enjoy talking to people and meeting them and just to see what they like and what they do. And it gives me ideas to show on my channel to, to engage more viewers and hopefully more people subscribing. So I take in a lot of information of what you guys like and talk about different things about the hobby and stuff. So it's all good stuff. Really appreciate the... there's a guy and his wife that love to watch the channel together, and that's so great. They've been trying to donate money to my channel, which you can do, but he's not sure how to do it. Not really tech savvy, and that's fine. So he handed me a donation in person, and that was, I can't thank you enough. Quite honestly, I spent more than I should have. So the money did come in really handy for me. So I was able to get lunch/dinner, and I bought myself a half a cheesecake with it. So blueberry cheesecake. I love blueberry cheesecake, especially from the Amish market. It's my favorite dessert, and they make it so good too. So yeah, when you go to the Allentown train show, you have the Amish market. As long as you go on a Saturday, they're not open on a Sunday. All right, so we'll kick it off. We have a little bit of stuff here. So the Allentown train show gave me this money pouch. Really appreciate the free gift. Once I start saving up money again, I'll be able to put stuff in here. Right now, I don't have anything to put into this money pouch. I pretty much spent my budget, but that'll encourage me to save more for the future by putting it in there. There are kids who love to watch my channel, so they bring their parents up to me. I meet the parents and the kids. Would like to thank Owen for giving me this wonderful Railroad magazine, and Owen's a great kid. I got to meet his family and his grandfather, and they're all fans of Dackman Productions YouTube channel. Very, very supportive family, and that's the audience I'm trying to capture. Is, I try to keep my videos family oriented, so yeah, the kids can watch too. And I just like having that type of support where the families are watching as well, just not the guys. And now there's guys and our wife, there's the whole entire family watching, and I really I don't know what to say. I just thank you guys so much for watching, and I always try to keep my channel family oriented. So if you watched the train show tour, you already know that Kevin Quinn gave me some surprises. He put them in this Mecca bag for me, and I heard Stacy yelling at him in the background, "Hey, why aren't you putting that in a TCA bag?" And Kevin's like, "Well, I'm Mecca too, and it's already in there." But Kevin gave me some pictures that he's taken of me and other people. So these will go into my photo album. And yes, I do keep a real life photo album because I'm from a generation that, you know, still does things like that and don't depend on a digitized world and never will. There's nothing like having physical things, but that's for a subject of another video. So then we have these, wow, a stack of Conrail things that he ended up giving me. Then we had this stack of Conrail memorabilia that he's given me, such as this, there's a Conrail system map. That's really cool. I don't have that one yet. The Atlantic region timetable. Can't wait to read that one. Let's see what else there is. Oh yeah, this is the one I really want to read. This Eastern region timetable. Look how thick that book is. And let's see what else we got. We have safety rules, train, locomotive, and other transportation employees. And then we have these smaller books, Conrail safety rules. These are brand new, Kevin said. And again, if you missed the tour video, Kevin explains that these books here, if you pay attention, it says effective July 1st, 1968. Well, we know that Conrail wasn't formed until 1976. So he explained that these were just pretty much carryover of the Penn Central rule books. And so when Conrail just put a new cover on them, they reused the 1968 date of when Penn Central was formed. And as you can tell, 68 to 76, Penn Central didn't last long. So I visited the Conrail Railroad Museum in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. If you are a Conrail fan and you're in the area, I highly recommend it. And once I visited that museum, I just fell in love with the memorabilia. I'm like, wow, I would love to have a lot of this stuff for me, myself, to enjoy at home. And I've been on this kick of finding Conrail stuff. And I will show that in my upcoming Conrail anniversary. So I normally do a Conrail anniversary every year of when it was formed, April 1st, 1976. So April 1st, 2025, expect a Conrail anniversary video. And I will show off my Conrail collection in that one. I also enjoy helping out fans and viewers. So Troy Green said that he was looking for a Conrail theater car. He bought a brand new in-the-box Conrail OCS set. He was looking for the theater car. He said, Sean, if you find one, can you message me? And I did. I found this OCS theater car. It was formerly owned by Doug at the Independent High Railers. He had two of them, so he decided to sell one of them. And it was a good price. I sent a photo of it to Troy. Troy asked him for his payment information. And so Troy sent him the funds. He received it. I picked the car up for him. And Troy is going to be nice enough to let me review this, which I will in a different video. Now, I know Chris Trains and Things has already made a review on this as well. But as I tell other YouTube channels, don't be afraid to review something or talk about something even though another channel has already done it, because everybody has their own spin, their own take of, you know, of the piece that they're looking at or explaining or reviewing. So everybody's got their own thing that they ways that they like to review things. So never be afraid to do something even though another channel has already done it. Now, speaking of Penn Central, okay, which is the reason why Conrail was formed, because Penn Central was such a mess. Almost collapsing the whole entire east coast of railroads. If it wasn't for Conrail, uh, we would have been in trouble back then. Conrail actually saved not just the railroads, but Conrail saved the East Coast from falling into this horrible supply chain issue because most of the East Coast railroads were in bankruptcy and failing. So can you imagine if all the East Coast railroads had, and the Conrail was never formed? You can't truck everything in. It's impossible. But at any rate, um, so as you may have seen in the Mecca video, so yes, it is true, uh, when Stu had announced these Atlas Berwicks, one being in Penn Central, and we'll get these out and we'll look at them closer. And the other one's going to be a Conrail patched Penn Central. Ever since he announced that, every time I see them, I pester him. Stu, are these out yet? Are they making them yet? What's the deal? How come it's taking so long? And, I can see he's getting a little frustrated. I said, Stu, I'm only asking because, I really want these things. He goes, yeah, I understand. But he says, I have no control of it. I said, yeah, I get that, but that doesn't stop me from pestering you. He goes, okay. And then finally, I think it was at the fall TCA meet, and I pestered him again. He goes, Sean, Atlas So is here. Why don't you go ask them? I'm like, okay, I will. He goes, all right, and then let me know what answer they give you. I want to see if it's any different than my answer. So I went over there, and I pestered Atlas O, those guys over there. I'm like, come on, guys, when are you going to make these? When are they coming out? They were supposed to have been out already. And they told me a date, and that date came and went, didn't happen. So there seems to be something going on with Atlas as far as our Master Series rolling stock, where it takes an extended amount of time to get them out. In all fairness, I know before the show shutdown happened, I can't say the C word on YouTube because they'll demonetize the video. Atlas had actually lost their main manufacturer for their Masterline series, so they had to find another one and move the tooling and stuff. So I know that was a hold up for a while. And still, even today, to get a constant production run of the Master Series rolling stock hasn't been on track since. It seems like it just takes forever. But in reality, Atlas O, lucked out when MTH announced that they wanted to sell off some tooling. And so the reason why they lucked out is because with the Atlas Premier Series, they can literally spit that stuff out in a reasonable amount of time, usually within 6 months, and you'll have an Atlas Premier Series rolling stock. So for those who don't know, MTH put some molds up for sale. Lionel bought some, and Atlas bought some. Atlas renamed them the Atlas Premier Series, and they're still basically made in the MTH factory along with the MTH stuff. So it was an easy fix to coming out with production stuff on a constant basis again. Let me give you guys some advice here. And take it from the DAC man, because I'm sure you're already learning this lesson the hard way. When it comes to Atlas O Masters Series rolling stock, and you see something you want, jump on it. Buy it. Because these take so long to get into production, and that, they sell out fast. especially a Berwick. You see any type of Berwick announcement and you want it, you better pre-order it, and pre-order it soon. As soon as you see it announced, pre-order it, because the Berwick, the Atlas O Berwick is the #1 most popular Atlas O Master Series, bar none. It will sell out every time. And the bad part about this is, when they do, there are resellers that know that people are going to want these. They will buy them up as well. And these will be on eBay for at least $200 to $250. And I kid you not. And there will be people who will pay that much money for them because they want them that bad. So again, I can't stress enough, pre-ordering Atlas O Master Series rolling stock is important. Because the next time that you will see a Berwick up for sale or produced again will probably be 2030. And I'm not kidding about that part either. The same way it goes with the Trinity hopper car. That's another one that always sells out every time. And that's another one that only comes out every 5 years. When they announced, let me go grab it real quick. Hold on. So this is the Atlas O Master Series 5161 and the Conrail road name. Did Conrail really have a 5161 Trinity series? No, these cars were made way after Conrail was gone. These are fantasy. But I didn't care. I thought they were cool and I wanted them. And so I placed my pre-order, and after 3 years, I gave up. I figured I would never see them. At almost 4 years into the pre-order, and I kid you not, again, that's for real. I'm not over-exaggerating. Just about 4 years into a pre-order, they finally announced, I got a notice that, they were arriving. I'm like, oh my God. And so I asked them, I says, what if I was dead by the time the pre-order came out? And he goes, well, that's happened before. People have died before the pre-order has come out. I'm like, okay, well, yeah. So these, anything Master Series, even if you pre-order, it takes so long for them to come out. It's not like a 6-month period. And I'm not sure exactly why that is. But maybe that's something to ask Atlas if they come to the Spring York show. And I'll ask them, hey, what's up? Why does it take so long to come up with a Master Series piece of rolling stock? Let's get these out on the track and we'll talk about them. But before we put these on the track, I'll let Stu explain his end of it with you guys, of what his inspiration was behind the Penn Central and the Conrail Berwick Haiku boxcars. So take it away, Stu.
We have our Atlas 60-foot Berwick boxcars. And I'm not going to hold these things here on camera for too long because I don't know what they made these things out of, but these are the heaviest freight cars I have ever held in my life. So I'm guessing they have a die-cast underframe?
Yes.
Okay. You know me. I'm a deco guy. Paint and lettering is what I do. How they make them is how they make them. They make these, this is my version, the same as everything else. I don't have any say in that, so I don't worry about those details. But you could probably talk more about the 60-foot Berwicks than me.
Yes. And so these have already sold out.
They have.
They're not available any longer.
The only people that are getting these are the people that pre-ordered. These sold out on pre-order before they even came in.
And from my understanding, a lot of them Berwicks, the regular runs are already sold out.
Yep.
These are very, very popular. And I'm just going to ask you a quick question on so what was your inspiration for the Conrail patched version?
Yeah. Dude, this was 2 years ago. You expect me to remember what I thought about 2 years ago?
These are your projects, though.
I know. So the Penn Central one, I got the inspiration, and again, I'm giving away my formula here, and my formula is so freaking simple. I see what's done in HO. I see what's done in N-Gauge. So when Atlas announced their Berwicks, and I was like, I wonder if I could do Berwicks. I just Googled Berwick boxcars, and I found like an HO model. I think it was from Tangent Models, Tangent Hobbies. They're, I think, HO.
Yes.
So Tangent Models, they did a Penn Central HO Berwick boxcar. It might have been a 50-foot, not a 60-foot, but for me,
Yeah.
close enough.
Yeah, it was a 50-footer.
50-footer.
Yeah.
So when I was doing that, I said to myself, lately, a lot of people have been doing these patched out schemes.
Yes.
So I said, well, after Penn Central, pretend we did a patched out into the Conrail era. Because, again, you saw it on the Jim Beam and the Beefeater. I don't like just changing road numbers. I could have offered 2 Penn Central, 1 road number and the other, but I like doing stuff a little bit more different than just changing the road number. So yes, granted, the Conrail version, the patched out version, has a different road number than the Penn Central version, but I said to Alice, how can we make one that is uniquely different than the Penn Central one, but without going into an entire another minimum production quantity for this car? I wanted these two to be similar enough that I could share one production quantity,
Yes.
but yet different enough that they were not just a different road number. So we said, let's do a patch out. And then Atlas came up with the rest of how they patched out the Penn Central and the Conrail and put the reporting marks in. These, again, are not an exact, 100% exact copy of anything that was on the rails. Did Penn Central have Berwicks? Yes, they did. Were they this exact style that came out of the Berwick plant? No, they were a little bit different. But again, in the world of 3-rail O-gauge, where we're not going to change the tooling,
Right.
this is as close as you're going to get.
Yeah.
So yes, we try to copy as close as possible, as close as reasonably possible with all the production restrictions that there are. We try to get these as realistic as possible.
And there you go.
So this is the first time we are showing the physical ones because this is Saturday. I left for Allentown yesterday on Friday at noon. These were delivered 4 p.m. on Thursday. So if they did not come on Thursday, when they got delivered at 4 p.m. on Friday, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have been at home to receive them. So they wouldn't actually be here. So Atlas got these to us just in the nick of time. And Sean is the first one of our customers to receive his Atlas Berwick boxcars. But Sean, happy to deliver them to you. Yeah, we do have a bunch of other pickups here at Allentown, but you're the first. Thanks for everything that you do for supporting the hobby, supporting METCA, TCA, all your train show experiences. We're really happy to do it. But before, okay, I know you want to say something because I'm seeing his folks. But folks, Sean doesn't actually get these until we settle up, payment. I don't want anybody thinking Sean gets free gifts.
No.
He doesn't do this to get a handout, folks.
No, I pay.
He pays his way.
All right, so I got these both out of the box, and now you can see them better. We'll take a closer look at the Conrail patch version here in a minute because it's very interesting. So I asked you for, his inspiration. What was his inspiration for even creating these? And, so you guys, like he said, we don't script these videos. We don't talk about, we don't plan about what we're going to talk about. We just wing it, and sometimes I put them on the spot. And so he was like, that was 2 years ago. He was having a hard time remembering. I think his brain sort of got cross-wired there, so he was trying to figure out what was his inspiration. Now, he said he typed in the word H.O. Berwick, and it came up with a Tangent Models. From what I've seen, Tangent Models was not the one that made the Berwick boxcars, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. The closest ones that I could find that pretty much look like these is Tangent did make what's called a X58 class boxcar and a Penn Central road name. These were actually built by the Pennsylvania Railroad Shop between 1964 and 1966, and they were actually 50-foot boxcars. So the Tangent ones are not Berwicks. That I couldn't find any Berwicks that Tangent had made. However, Exact Rail did make Penn Central Berwick boxcars, and they were a 7440 series Berwick boxcars. Penn Central actually owned 130 of them. They were 60-foot boxcars, but they were single door and not double door. They were classified as X77 cars. Many of these were assigned to the Southern Railway at the GE Appliance Park in Louisville, Kentucky. So they got the nickname of Appliance Boxcar. Some were fully repainted when Conrail took over, and some just received the Conrail patching. In the video, Stu had mentioned that, yes, the Penn Central and the Penn Central patch Conrail are actually fantasy paint schemes. I mentioned that Conrail really did have Berwicks. However, they did not come from Penn Central. So I hope I didn't confuse anybody when I said that in the video, because I knew I was going to explain it more in my video here for my show haul. Conrail actually bought Berwicks brand new. In 1977, the Berwick Forge and Foundry began building a group of waffle-sided boxcars, delivering them to Conrail in early 1978. Conrail placed them in series Conrail 223001 to 223122. These were Class B63A boxcars. So as you can see, the Berwick boxcars did not get produced until after Penn Central was already gone, and Conrail was already 2 years into railroading. Now, people think I'm this hardcore Rivet counting high railer, but I like to buy the fantasy stuff as well. It doesn't bother me that neither one of these really didn't exist. Kind of like Stu said, close enough for me. As you see, I showed pictures of the different boxcars. So while we're here, let's take a look at the Conrail patch job, because Conrail really did do patching, and I'll explain what patching is here. So here we can see the Penn Central road name. We can see the PC reporting marks and the Penn Central logo here on the Penn Central version. So when Conrail took over, to make things go faster, they did what was called patching, which meant they would paint over the existing road name here, Penn Central, and then paint over top of the PC reporting marks, Conrail, and put in the CR. And then also patched out the Penn Central road name. So by painting over it. So they paint a square over the names. And that's called patching. And this made things go a lot faster rather than repainting the whole entire car. So is this the first time that Atlaso had offered a Conrail patched freight car? Absolutely not. So in the past, Atlaso has offered a Conrail patched Penn Central covered hopper car. But in this instance, they actually left the Penn Central logo on her and just patched out the reporting mark. Now, in the world of real railroading, you could actually do this a couple different ways as far as patching. You didn't have to patch out the railroad name. The only thing you would have to do, according to FRA regulations, is patch out the reporting mark to the correct one. So they wouldn't always have to take the name off, but since Penn Central had a bad name for itself, Conrail decided to go ahead and try and remove that on most of the equipment. Okay, today's train will be pulled by a line-out U30C. I talked to a couple Conrail engineers over some period of time, and one of them had mentioned that they would call certain U-boats, such as this one, iffy. If it would start, if it would stay running, if it would pull the train without wheel slipping, if it could get down to the other end to make the deliveries without breaking down, iffy. So we're going to have Iffy here pull this train for us today. And so let's go.
Conrail 6837 here. I'm ready to go. Let me know when we're clear. Over. 6837, please stand by. Over. Understood. Let me know when we can roll out. 6837 out.
Alright, I thank you guys for watching another Dakman Productions video. See you at the next train show, next event. We'll see you trackside. Goodbye.